Transporting and moonshine. God damn, that's warm. It's fucking warm going down my throat. Oh god, that's good. I have... That's an interesting way to attach magazines. Cool. Let's get something to eat, something to drink, and then go finish these goddamn events. Need 1,500 points. 1,500 points. And yep, contract sharing, still broken. Always good to see. Fuck. Wrong chat. Other people who are on that channel are online. Yep. Anx is probably wondering, what the fuck is this guy on about? Nah, isn't he knows what I'm like. Kobe. Fucking weak. You are some bold. Ooh, chocolate bar. Dibs. Oh, fuck me. Why did the temp... I think those seats are broken. Whoops. You will take longer to get there. You're dressed for war. Well, pretending to be dressed for war, but you're not carrying a weapon. Interesting. What do you do? Scream at me? Hey? 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 Oh. I wonder how much of that city they're going to map out that you can walk around. Probably not a lot, or this game will never be Who am I kidding? This game is never going to be finished. It's 10, 11 plus years in development.
The capsule will be leaving the station.
MBIS. Now I'm not making the same mistake I made last time. I'm getting a fucking atlas out. It will save me so much time.
Welcome to New Babbage. Alright, it was nice chatting with you. I hope you enjoyed the rest of your visit.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
I have an idea. To Orison and Crusader, fuck that. I don't want Interstellar, I want that. Fuck me. Does L5 have external freight? No, I don't think they do.
Hi, and welcome to New Babbage.
4 HQ. Oh, that's from a spaceport. Oh, the how am I meant to transport that? To... Planetary spaceports have external freight elevators? I shall check. Nope. Bianchi. Yeah, Orison, no. I only want from MB. I don't want to go to 12 places just to load. There we go. Bianchi.
Hey, patrol going okay? Did you hear about the latest scandal?
BG Rosava.
Try not to let it get to me. Sometimes I just can't. Workers are riled up today. Watch yourself. Reports.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Vehicle selected. Stand by.
Oh no.
Your vehicle
Here we
please
go.
visit us again.
I was about to say, don't make me jump server just to get my ship out ASAP. What the fuck have chat started talking about?
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility.
My phone is going off. Thanks. Well, I'm doing cargo and drinking moonshine, so not horrible.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm going to finish this fucking event.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle
And
Retrieval
I am
System.
taking a break to do some loot goblining and stirring the shit in general chat.
Yeah.
Your vehicle
It's-
please
it
visit us
astounds me the number of people that are like, this game's a scam, it's garbage, the coders are shit. I'm like,
Then why are they playing?
right?
This is not a free fly week. They spent money on this. Why are they playing? Get your refund.
Exactly. If this game is such garbage, why are you still here?
They're probably the people who spent the, what was it, $5,000 US
Oh
on that
my
initial
God.
pledge, and they're
I'm trying
complaining.
to- there was. I heard there was some. I was talking with some friends in a different server, and one of them had mentioned some like Reddit confessions thread or whatever. And this one guy's in there like, yeah, I mean, it's like this, that, I lost my girlfriend, I'm about to lose my house, and he was blaming it on Star Citizen. Like, guys talking about how he's like wing commander tier, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's like what, 5-10 grand?
No, Star Citizen did not cost that dude his house and relationship. His poor financial decisions did.
Yup.
Welcome.
Coming from someone who makes poor financial decisions.
Star Citizen is not responsible for your inability to be trusted with plastic money.
I'm staring at a gaming PC with more than my vehicle.
I would say that is true of my Steam library. Gaming is... God, I don't think I could get a fully functional automobile at this point in my life that costs less than $5,000.
What is my Steam library worth at this point? I'm gonna regret this. Oh, I'm gonna regret this.
I'm glad that they finally added the full price to the list, because they didn't for a while there, where it was kind of an open question. It was like, well, how much would this have cost if I bought it? You know?
Ooh. My Steam account is worth the same as my gaming PC. Okay.
Oh.
In today's pricing. That's a significant chunk of my mortgage.
These new numbers are. Oh, Jesus Christ. Alright, what's yours at?
In today's pricing,
Yes.
20,000 New Zealand dollars.
Oh, shit. That is not bad. I am at 18,000 US dollars.
Nice.
Mind you, I've had this since Steam started, so I have an excuse, but good lord.
I've had mine nearly 17 years.
Shit, that's right. Steam is old enough to have kids.
Yeah, so my account is not quite as old as Steam, but it's not far off.
Now, the part that I should probably find some shame in is that apparently I have only played 609 out of my 1,329 games.
How many games have I played? Where does it say that?
If you're on the SteamDB calc, it's in the upper left-hand corner.
426 out of 810.
There you go. I have 4 EXP to reach my next level. That's funny.
In my defense.
20.2 years?
In my defense. I have been a Humble Bundle subscriber for a long time.
Oh god, that does help, and I haven't fully imported mine, so it's probably only going to get worse if I get around to that.
Oh yeah, I know that there are game keys that I own that have expired.
Yep. I have, like, multiple duplicates going back through my history. It's like, you guys keep giving me the same games over and over again.
I've been subscribed for so long, I'm in the classic tier, so I get all of the games for cheaper than the most basic tier.
Nice.
I do not want to give that up.
That is hard. I was not given a choice in the matter. Eventually, I just don't have the money to pay subscriptions.
Yeah, I only have 3 left.
The last 2 that I had to give up because I simply did not have the money at all and didn't have anything coming in, sad to say, were Humble Monthly and fucking Crunchyroll.
4. I keep forgetting that one. So I've got Humble. I have YouTube Premium. There is 1 Twitch subscription that I could get rid of, but can't be fucked. It's like $5 a month. Who cares? And Floatplane, which is again $5 a month. Floatplane. It's
Not familiar.
a YouTube alternative, but the business model is different. You have to pay to access individual channels. That way, Floatplane will never fail. Yeah.
Okay.
The company will never fail because with 1 channel, they're earning enough to cover server hosting.
Oh, nice. That's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
Versus some of the weirder shit like Rumble.
Yeah. I mean, Twitch still doesn't make money.
Well, considering the partnering options that they offer for some people, it's not worth it. What was one of them I was looking at? I was talking to a friend. He's like, yeah, it's like I was looking at doing some of the. He he was looking at doing some of the, God, what was it? I forget the terminology. Like there were some official partnerships where, like, if you played X game, you would get a percentage of something.
Oh,
And
yeah.
It turned out that they pay you in subscriptions. So for every 5 people watching you, you get 1 subscription value. And he's like, the math on it just does not work out.
Then if they're paying you in subscriptions, Twitch is automatically taking half.
Yep.
Oh my god, this hangar is too small for a C2.
Yeah, I've been having fun getting just absolutely random hangars flying around.
Oh, I'm at
I
New
was,
Babbage, so it's definitely not my home hangar.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't have a home hangar anymore. I have a couple of stations that seem to have saved some hangar data for some reason. But
Odd.
that's about it. Yeah, one of my favorites was, I went to land at, I think it was Ruin, in like there was this, one of the smaller medium-sized ships. They gave me a large hangar. I guess this seems strange.
Odd.
Why would you do this? Yeah,
They're pirates, what do they care? No.
pretty much. But yeah, ran a little bit of my usual mining base malarkey. God, was it last night? Day before? Kind of blurs together after a while. Somebody flew out here, stole my ship that I had left, and flew it all the way back to Everest.
Interesting.
Yeah, because what I've been doing is I'll fly a ship out here, I'll grab a bike, and then I'll fly the bike to each of the mining bases, so I don't have to worry about, hiding or stealth or dodging anything.
Fair.
Yeah, so I hopped out, and there was nothing there. And when I logged on, or when I got back to a base, I went to see if I had to recover the ship, and it was at Everest.
My question is why?
Yeah, well, it's like the people that would... I had another weird one where I was running bunkers, and there were people that would... They would steal my ship while I was in the bunker, and they'd fly it back up to Everest. And for whatever reason, it always seems to be Everest. Like, it's so weird to me. Like, did their ship get blown up and they just stayed online waiting for some new ship so they could take off?
Yeah. Like, is what's in your inventory that valuable to you?
I mean, if what's in your personal inventory is, you just exit the menu. Give it 5 minutes, you'll wake up on a station with all your stuff.
Or, personal
But
global
unless
chat.
the
Hire a
only
taxi.
Yeah, the only reasoning I can think of is some form of, scavenger role-play.
Yeah.
Where they're just like, I crashed and I can't get my stuff back, so I gotta go do whatever. I'm like, I can see that. That makes some level of sense to me.
What is going on with this freight elevator? I keep loading cargo onto it and it doesn't come up.
I'm just getting skunked this run. One piece of scorched armor, bunch of scorched guns I'm not super interested in, but sometimes they come with stuff attached, so we'll see.
I need to run some contested zones and get all of my low light optics back. They seem to have disappeared.
Low lights drop in the stuff I'm doing.
Yep.
If I see someone, grab them.
Cheers.
What sizes you need?
4s.
Okay, so the 4X size 2s?
Yep.
Alrighty.
Cheers.
I shall keep my eye out. Anytime. What's the point? Oh, Jesus Christ. What's the point being a loot goblin if, like, there's no profit in it?
Exactly. Yeah, I'm guessing that when my storage glitched when the patch dropped, it didn't bring everything back.
That does kind of seem to be the consensus. I know some people have lost a lot more than I did. I have to admit, I am actually really enjoying some of the new weapon attachments, though.
The only one I've played with... Oh, no, I've got some of the new suppressors. I just haven't attached them to anything yet.
I got the... I slapped the Stark compensator on a P8.
Oh, yeah?
And now this thing, it fires... effectively, it fires 20% slower, does 20% more damage per round. It's giving me TTKs that are faster than the pulverizer, and I can run full speed because it's a submachine gun.
That's not something a compensator does. That's something that, like, change of caliber does.
Yeah, this...
Okay, game.
The compensation itself just makes the gun jump less while I'm shooting it. So the whole, like, lowering fire rate, increasing damage, that's... I'm not sure how that's supposed to happen. Because that's, you know, chamber compression weirdness.
Yes.
But it's an attachment, and it makes stat changes that I find that I appreciate. I just don't understand what the rationale is supposed to be. So I'm going to chalk it up to space magic and move on.
Yep, probably best. Oh, I forgot how fast this was to do with an Atlas.
Oh, chucking cargo?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a well-used Atlas can do some work.
I might have to buy a second one when I get Nicotine.
What would you be doing? I'm curious.
With an Atlas, loading cargo occasionally.
Oh, and the second one. It doesn't use up the Atlas when you get the ICT. You keep whatever ship you use.
Oh, cool. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So you keep the Atlas, you keep the ATLS when you get the ICT. You keep the original ICT when you get the ICT Geo and the Geo that you used to make it.
Oh, Jesus. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah, so you keep all of them you use for it, which is quite nice.
That's gonna make doing the worms so much easier.
It really does, because not only do you have a jumpy ICT, you have a standard ICT, so you don't even have to worry about duping things to get two of them on the field.
Then you just get the Michelin Man suit, and you're almost immune to the radiation.
So long as you're not carrying the egg, you are immune to the radiation, but you are sadly not quite immune to the temperatures. You still overheat, so mining has to be... You have either need multiple people or you need to move your ass while doing it. What I have not had occasion to try yet is if you can use the jumpy Igby to get up to the top of the worm before it even starts sinking, so you can start from the top and work your way down.
I have used a jumpy Yeti to get up there.
Okay, so that does work. Excellent.
Yes. The issue we ran into was we didn't realise that it would start sinking. So we mined all the bottom ones first.
Yeah, I've found that seems to be everybody's first time. It's like, oh well, we're working our way up, and is this getting easier? What's going on? Oh crap, it's sinking. Move, move, move. The first time you always seem to lose like 2 or 3 that are up on the top because you didn't even know.
Well, we had somebody who was no longer part of the Discord doing the mining, and so They spent way too long finding the ground level ones, so we lost most of the ones up top.
Yikes. Yeah, that's one of those things that it takes an eye for detail. I've known a lot of people that just can't seem to see them at all, and so I've had to lose progress doing other stuff to help them out with it, but it's been a while since I had a crew where I can just focus on my stuff and do what needs to be done. Alright, what we got here? Parallax, Delta Squashed, purple box. Oh, is the purple box full of disappointment? S71 Bullseye and 2 Scorched Guns I don't really use.
I don't use any scorched guns, really.
Scorched is pretty.
I mean, it
Good
is...
Lord. 2 skinned rangefinders. Alrighty then.
I found one, I don't know where.
They're random drops in boxes now. So when you go to Wicklow, you'll see that some things that used to be there now have messages about how, he doesn't have anymore.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. That means it's been added to the loot pool in special areas.
Oh, good.
So it's not that they're no longer available. Ooh.
Just no longer available from him.
Yes. So like they'll show up in the path loot boxes. They'll show up in the warehouse in Nyx. That's where a lot of the camo, the blue and jungle camo,
Yep.
those first started showing up in the tech smugglers warehouse boxes.
I have a fair bit of skinned stuff from those QV stations.
Yep. And that is why I am horribly addicted to that event. Too much loot.
I haven't done it this patch.
So this patch, the mission is kind of broken again.
When is it not?
It's right. It's just broken in a different way. The hangar door exploit, the warehouse door exploit is gone.
Aww.
That was a dev workaround while they were testing that they forgot to get rid of, I guess. The key cards, or the cards are spawning again, so you can get the blades. And since I had a whole bunch of them my first run through, I wasn't able to complete the mission because one of the guys with a card was stuck in a spawn closet, and 2 of them simply didn't spawn. So that was particularly disappointing, but I walked out of there with, 10 fully complete codes. So 6 one, half dozen the other.
Fair.
So I can no longer exploit my way into the hangar, but I can legit just walk my ass in there now. I am a scotch disappointed that the Pulse has cargo and the Nox does not.
The Pulse has cargo?
That the Pulse has internal storage.
Why?
The Pulse can hold like 600 centi SCU.
Okay.
It can hold like 2 to 3 of my backpacks in it.
Useful.
Yep. While being like half the size of the Nox. The Nox has no internal storage. The Dragonfly has about the same internal storage. I think the Hoverquad does as well. But I'm just weirded out by the fact that the Pulse has storage and the Nox does not. But the Nox also hasn't been touched in
A while.
God knows. Yeah. So I'm expecting the next ground vehicle pass, they'll probably evaluate some of that. Because it's in Wicklow, you would think that's higher on the priority list.
You would think so.
Yeah. But the Origin X1 is, I think, probably my least favorite of the bikes because weird things happen, parts fall off, and I spin wildly out of control.
Sounds very German.
Precision has been, has failed. It's the end of the world now.
I'm sure the parts are manufactured very precisely. Assembled, probably not so much. They might have left the Italians to do that.
Oh God, what was that joke? I'm gonna have to look that up now. I used to have this one memorized, but there it is. Heavens, where the police are British, the cooks are French, the mechanics are German, the lover's Italian, and it's all organized by the Swiss. Hell is where the chefs are British, the mechanics French, the lovers are Swiss, the police are German, and it's all organized by the Italians.
Oh gosh. At least the trains will run on time.
At least the trains will still run on time. So actually, that's one of the questions I have. I think somebody was bitching that the trains in the UK are fine, but something fucked up happens when you go to Germany, which is really weird.
I've been on British trains. They're fine for now. The cracks are appearing.
That is the thing that happens. The Minneapolis light rail, everybody lauded it. It was great, but it has since turned into a mobile homeless shelter.
Did they privatize it?
They have not yet.
Because that is what happened to
still run
British
by
Rail.
two.
They privatized it. So it's fine
did
for
that with our
now.
rail systems. Like Amtrak is technically privatized, but they have so many government restrictions. They're still effectively running. They're effectively running like a private industry that's not allowed to post a profit ever. And so they were intentionally set to fail from the beginning.
I know. We sort of have that, except it's intentional. They're called crown companies. They're a privately owned company, but the private owner is the government. It lets them get around a bunch of laws that govern how the government is meant to run.
Which is ironic.
The upside is it means that, like for state housing, they can just have this crown company, give them a boatload of money at the start of the year and say, here's your budget. If you fuck up, it's not our problem anymore.
That is one way to offload accountability. Yes.
Well, the funny thing is, for state housing, it fucking worked. That crown company is now worth billions.
Dang.
They are very successful.
Every time in the U.S. we talk about building affordable housing, the government takes ridiculous sums of money, they throw it at some private building company, and they make luxury condos.
Yeah, that's...
Every time. It never fails.
That sort of happened here. We are still in a housing crisis, like the rest of the Western world, apparently.
Well, yeah, because BlackRock owns all of the private housing now.
They're investing in New Zealand housing as well.
Yep.
So there was a government program...
You will own nothing, you will be happy, you will eat the bugs.
Yep. There was a government program called Kiwi Build, which was two parts. One part of it was massive funding increase for state housing. The other half was subsidies for private development. The state housing side worked brilliantly. They met and exceeded their goals.
Oh, wow.
These private subsidies, there was some fucking around.
That does happen.
There was one developer who built a affordable house in a very wealthy area, and so the affordable house was instantly listed at $1 million.
That was one of the things that if you ever have occasion to visit the United States and you find yourself in Chicago, if you head anywhere near Wrigley Field,
By Kevlar?
Yes, actually. There's a very strange section of town where it's mansion project, mansion project, mansion project, project, mansion project, mansion, mansion project, right next door to each other. And that's purely because it allowed the wealthy people that still live there in their little mansions, they pay less in taxes because the projects, the affordable housing projects, bring down the property value in the area.
There's an old American joke, you probably heard it. A couple buy a house in what they think is a nice neighbourhood. All the neighbours are friendly, and then about a month after moving in, they hear a gunshot in the middle of the night. Husband goes running outside, and the neighbour's just sitting in the backyard, firing his gun off into the air randomly. Oh, don't worry, it's perfectly safe. I do this to keep the property values low.
Yeah. Yep. And there are people that have actually built automated things to do that. It's kind of fun.
Hey, if it works.
If it works, it works. Yep. Ooh. Somebody walked into this particular base and did not walk out.
Ooh, yay.
I guess that means I should probably be careful. Or the fact that they have not left would suggest that they did not make it. Though I am seeing no bodies. And no spawns. It could just be that all of the reset timers are completely fucked.
That does happen.
And that would explain why the Hathor sites are unusable at present. I was on a server the other day where all 4 sites were bugged.
Oh, really?
Every last one of them. And I don't know how people do it. Like, I'll run out there and one or more of them have been completed, the dish has been aligned. Oh yeah, someone was here recently enough the boxes are gone. Do I continue?
Well, this is a very full C2 now. Would it be nice if all the destinations had external freight elevators?
Oh yeah, someone's banging here.
Collect item from empty space. What? Alright. I have a very loaded C2. Let's see, where am I going first? Cool, L4, L5. Guess I'm going to MTL5 first, that looks closest.
Engines on.
You should be good to go.
Launch complete. Landing gear up. Shields off.
Bye, and thank you for visiting New Babbage.
Quantum travel engaged.
Oh fucking F, I have my timesheet. I would like to get paid. Oh. Somebody filled it out for me. Cool.
Quantum travel complete. Shields on.
No. That was a bounce.
Landing gear down. Landing complete. Launch complete.
God, this moonshine is good. I wish I had more. Okay, so there's about 205.
Quantum travel complete. Shields on.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Shields on.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
Off. Landing complete.
Hello, little one.
Butterbug? Do you need num-nums?
No,
Do you need a new show?
no,
Do you need tickles?
no.
You wanna hang out?
So,
No, you don't wanna hang out? What are you doing?
no.
A new show? Okay. 6.
Wow, I have somebody watching my stream. This is unusual. Question is, are they a bot? Nope, the account's 5 years old. 6 years. Yeah, 5 years old.
Engines on. Launch complete.
You are clear to launch.
Okay, 2 down. Which one next? L2 Lagrange. Thrilling gameplay for somebody to watch. Me doing cargo runs in a C2. Then again, people play Euro Truck Simulator and watch it.
Shields off.
Thank you, and please visit again.
There's a very interesting niche of entertainment.
Oh yeah.
where You go to a job to make money to pay for a game that's someone else's job.
Yes. Isn't that just Twitch.tv in general?
Kinda, yeah. Right, I appreciate Twitch for like some of the community stuff, or sometimes watching people play games that I don't have the patience to actually play myself.
Yes. As much as I love big 4X strategy games, fucking, what's the name of it? There is the one that is so in-depth, like, oh, you want to build a ship. Okay. You have to design the engine. And every other component.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Aurora 4X. I don't think I have the patience to play Aurora 4X.
I barely have the capacity to manage Stellaris on a good day.
Yeah, Stellaris can get pretty fucking in-depth.
Mm-hmm.
Aurora 4X, okay, I want to build a science ship. Okay, I need to design the engines. I need to design all of the different sensors that I want on this ship. Like, Jesus. I have to set its schedule so that it knows to return to a planet I control to refuel or it's stuck in space.
Good God.
And I have to send a rescue mission.
Good Lord. Is this the Dwarf Fortress take on Stellaris?
Yes. You want a military ship that fires missiles? You have to design the missiles. It's the Dwarf Fortress of sci-fi 4X games.
Of Sci-Fi 4X. Oh, wow. Even to the point where it's all rasterized circles and squares. Oh, I love it.
Yep. And it's the old Windows XP style message boxes that will fucking blind you because they're bright white. I love the idea of the game. I don't think I have the time or patience for
it's
it.
even older than that. This is Windows 3.
Oh, Jesus.
So if you take a look at, and this is a fun bit of trivia, if you take a look in the upper left-hand corner of the icon, how it's those three squares inside of a larger square.
Yep.
That is the default icon for a Visual Basic application.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Second programming language I learned, VB.
That was the first one I took in college. I learned on GW Basic back in the day.
I learned
And it
Python.
scarred me for life.
Yeah, I learned Python in high school, VB first year of uni, and then C++.
Shields on.
And
Well, the part
SQL.
about that programming course that drove me up the wall was that I lost a lot of faith in my fellow students.
I thought you were about to say humans.
Well, I would probably have to stretch the definition of human for a couple of these
Please
people.
proceed to assign value.
It's uni, fair.
But, I mean, mind you, I was prepped. I had heard some stories from the trenches ahead of time, as my father is a professor. He would lovingly refer to his class as his stupids quite
Yep.
often.
Yeah, there's always a few. Or more than a few.
And one day, like, I was kind of confused because I came into his office and he had this look on his face that I didn't recognize before I started working in customer service. Now I'm intimately familiar with what that face means. But he just kind of turns to me and says, "Can I bounce a question off of you?" And I'm like, "Sure." And he goes, "Okay, so if I were to give you an aerial photograph, black and white, with a cardinal indicator telling you which way is north, could you tell me whether the image was taken roughly in the morning or the evening?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, based on the shadows, you can infer which direction the sun is from cardinal north at the time.
Yeah.
If it's in the west, it's rising. If it's to the west, it's evening. If it's in the east, it's rising." He's like, "Thank you. 80% of my class couldn't do this."
Jesus fuck. That's some basic deductive reasoning skills.
80% of a 200 level geology course could not do it.
Have a pleasant stay.
And that was my first step on the what the fuck journey.
These people vote.
These people hold management positions in companies and make decisions and vote, yes.
Well, management positions I'm not surprised by. I've unfortunately read some of the Epstein files. Those emails that these fucking billionaires, they type like a psychopath.
Once upon a time, I thought that proper language usage and punctuation, all of these things, would be fairly important within a professional setting. And then I received my first email from somebody in the C-suite, and all of that was thrown out the window.
Oh, yeah. It's important until your annual salary is measured in the millions.
Indeed, and until you start talking about your finances based by percentages instead of dollar values.
Yeah.
But so what killed me was the programming course I was taking. We were doing Visual Basic, and the teacher, and I have to say teacher because at this 2-year, not all of the people teaching courses were professors.
Yep.
We had a couple of people that tried to have us refer to them as professor. If you don't have a doctorate, I know better. Not happening.
No, at that point you're a lecturer.
Yes, you're a lecturer. You are a prior at best. And so they would walk through, they would build the application that we were supposed to do for our homework in class, right in front of us, on the projector.
Okay.
And then you were to build the app yourself. And so me, being lazy, I would step through and do what they were doing, and then I would run a QA test, I would resolve whatever issues I found, and then I would submit my application. One of them we did was a calculator.
Oh, yeah.
And it's, pretty standard. You have your basic Visual Basic layout. It's a really easy, nice-looking app to do quickly.
Yes.
I love Visual Basic for prototyping. It was beautiful for that. And so I built it out, and I'm like, okay, well, this is a calculator, so I need to make a couple of adjustments. First, I need to check for, is this a number? So I had to run like an is alpha num check or something like that. And if it was a letter, I had to fire back an error message so it wouldn't try calculating something that would crash the application. And when the teacher came through and tried to troubleshoot the app, that was one of the first things they did was they put in a bunch of random text and hit, try to do math, and when they hit the button, my app pops up and says, please try this again with just numbers, which was the error message I threw in there. They just kind of looked at me going, you're the only person in 5 years that's done that.
Yeah.
Like, you have got to be shitting me. And
Yep.
yeah, so I am reminded of George Carlin and his line about you have to realize how dumb is the average person, and then realize half the people out there are dumber than that.
Yep.
And that hurts. That hurts a lot.
Working hospitality. I already knew that there was some stupid people out there, but working hospitality made me realize fucking people don't know how to read.
You don't know until after that, yeah.
Like,
Or they do know how to read, they just assume that, like, because they're them, that doesn't apply. That's the one that always got me.
oh, my favorite is, how much is this $6 item? $6.
$6? Yeah.
You just said the price. I'm on minimum wage. I don't get paid enough to deal with that level of stupid.
Well, my favorite were the people who would come in and try to talk to a manager, because it had to be illegal when they came up and they rung up their products for the posted price on the tag to not match what they were expecting. I'm sitting going, you have an in-state driver's license. You should know that sales tax is a thing.
I'm not American, and I know that in the US, sales tax is not listed on the fucking sticker price. I think it's stupid, but I know that it's not on the sticker price.
It's a marketing thing, and I hate it. It really should be tax included. That would be best for everybody involved.
Yes, it is purely a marketing thing.
Well, it's a marketing thing, and it's a reminder that the government hates you.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Which of these stupid quests do I need to do? Journal. Where am I? Alliance Aid.
Collection or transport?
Transport is the only one I currently have under 50%.
I'm currently doing transport.
Oh, shit. Toss me an invite. I will... Which one's our transport?
It's just the pickup cargo, transport cargo.
Okay.
I have no idea if we're on the same server. Yeah.
I saw you in general chat, so unless you server hopped, you should be.
Was it general chat or the other chat that we have?
It was general chat. You were snarking about one of the people who was, like, shitting on the game. Easy way to find out. If not, I can always hop to menu.
Yep.
Oh, it's like you beat me to it.
Oh well, I accept it.
And
Right. Do you see my current post in general chat?
I do not. And the party
Okay.
just disbanded. Oh.
Did
Don't
I-
hop to menu.
Then I guess we're on different servers. Which is odd.
I said exit to menu, not exit the whole game. There we go. Wow, that was a buffer dump. Huh?
Hey, at least we're not having meats problems, because Jesus fuck.
Hey, dude, no kidding.
That
Yeah, no, if he ran memtest 86, it should have given him, like,
some sort of result?
results after it completed. Like, if he came back and it had just rebooted, that shit's fucked.
Yeah, that's dying NAND.
Yep. Oh, what?
Actually, depending
Eric
on how
Sheeper's
old,
not idiot?
depending on how old his system is, that RAM might still be under manufacturer's warranty.
You know, that might not be a bad idea if that's... Well, RAM is normally a 1 year.
Yeah.
But, you know, that might be worth checking into, though. I've noticed a significant departure from when I worked in retail. Manufacturers were great about their warranties. Since then, I've found that there are a number of manufacturers out there that aren't actually manufacturers. They are the producer, and they don't warranty the work of the company that actually built the things they've been selling.
No. I have also run into that with The first power supply I bought, it was a Corsair CX 750M. Corsair had nothing to do with the manufacturing.
Yep. Ironically, it was also a power supply where I ran into that. I was helping with somebody from it, and I looked up the manufacturer, and they actually, one, didn't even offer it anymore, and two, their warranty, they had on their warranty page pretty much saying you're going to have to talk to the actual manufacturer. You go to the manufacturer, and they're like, yeah, no. We
Yep.
don't support this. We didn't sell it. Like, that's fucked up.
That
That would be breach of contract somewhere.
Yep, there was a 750 watt power supply that should have run a GTX 980. It did not.
It's got the voltage, just not the amperage. Nerd.
It could not run stable past 500 watts.
Oh, that's fucked up. That's cheap capacitors.
Yep, that was cheap capacitors. So I bought an EVGA power supply.
There you
I was sad when I had to replace it with a 1000 watt. But RTX 4090, man, they're power hungry.
Yeah, I'm running. Oh Jesus, what am I running? My CPU's so far behind, I stopped caring.
At this point, CPUs have gotten so powerful that you can be like 5 generations behind and still be fine.
Well, yeah, that was what I was counting on for a number of years. Was I would swap out my GPU, and then I'd give it a couple of years. I'd swap out everything else. Give it a couple of years, swap out the GPU. So then, every 2 to 3 years, I was dropping about, $600, $800, as opposed to, I'm just gonna drop 4,000 and then do it again in 2 years.
Yep. Which is, well, I do it every 5 years.
Yeah, I wound up leapfrogging because buying everything all at once, falling that far behind hurt, so I split the difference.
Yeah, I mean, I could wait a couple of years and then just buy a more powerful graphics card if I ever need one. 4090, stupid powerful.
Yep. Well, the unfortunate thing is that NVIDIA has leaned so hard into the generative stuff, I don't think they're going to be viable as a competitive GPU vendor for much longer, even if they maintained it.
It's why I'm happy I got the 4090.
Yeah, right?
The most,
one of the things that used to drive me up the wall with the distinction between NVIDIA and back when it was still ATI before they merged with AMD, was that the SGI guys that moved into ATI were hard on, they weren't going to be the best. Their definition of performance was different than what NVIDIA was doing, because NVIDIA, in, I want to say, 2003, 2006-ish, they started pushing really hard into benchmark numbers. Hey, check it out, we perform so much better than the other guys because we have, quiet part out loud, tweaked our drivers so that it artificially boosts performance in these things people are using to test with.
in unrealistic workloads.
In unrealistic workloads, yep. And ATI was like, well, we have the highest precision and we're pushing this as fast as it'll go. So do with that what you will. And for the longest time, I dealt with ATI's absolutely fucktastrophie of drivers. I preferred them. And then physics started entering production with the, God, what were they? Aegea was the physics company? I can't remember.
Something like that.
So it was going to be, a physics processor. I'm like, you know what? I've got a GPU. I'll bite. And so I was looking forward to it, and then NVIDIA bought them out, and I'm like, I guess I'm going NVIDIA now because physics was a really neat piece of tech. And then it didn't hit as big as I thought it was going to because you had to split your development between physics and not. And so that kind of fell behind.
Very few games ever really adopted physics.
Yep.
Borderlands 2 was one of them.
What's that?
Borderlands 2 was a
Borderlands 2,
physics
yep.
game.
Yes, it was. And it was beautiful.
It was.
For what it was. And that was really what I was looking for. And then they just leaned entirely into gimmicks. So they went physics, they went RTX, And these are all things that I would have much preferred to see be open standards that both the vendors could compete against. Except Nvidia spent all of their time monopolizing it, and now they're just gonna drop the ball and fuck off.
Yep. They basically have dropped the ball and fuck off. Decided to fuck off because their CEO. Well, the CEO of Nvidia said to the guy in charge of their AI card development, "You can imagine every employee in the car park. Take your pick." So all of the experienced hardware developers from the GPU division are now on AI chips, which is why we are having fucking power connectors that are melting.
Yep. Because the guys that would go, you can't move that across that kind of gap and that angle.
Because when you look at fucking X-rays of the card, yeah, there's 12 connectors or whatever. They go into 4 solid buses. It might as well just be 4 big connectors.
Yep. Which would make sense if, the left hand knew what the right one was doing.
It would make sense if it was a connector that was actually rated for that level of power draw. And those connectors exist.
They do. They would probably have to license through another builder, though.
Linus Tech Tips jokingly refitted a graphics card with a power connector rated for that sort of voltage and ampage.
What did he do? Just pull off a standard MOSFET?
I can't remember the name of the connector, but it's the sort of connector you use in high-end drones.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so it's rated for like 1,000 watt. It's like, Nvidia, you can have this idea for free. Just please, no more melting connectors. Either go back to the old standard, or adopt something that's purpose-built.
Yeah, and they don't care.
No, they don't. Because they realise over COVID, with all the shortages, people will pay thousands of dollars for a graphics card.
Yep. Oh man, and speaking of which, I am kind of amused watching oh god, what do you want to call it? Watching the crypto coin market collapse.
Oh, yes.
That is a mood.
I'm enjoying watching the beginning of the AI bubble collapse. When the designer of the cards is saying, yeah, we're not going to invest anymore.
That's kind of a problem.
Considering it's all been going because companies buy cards that don't exist yet off of Nvidia. And Nvidia invest that money back into companies that then buy the cards.
Yeah.
Except for the money they paid TSMC for the semiconductors that they haven't manufactured yet.
I should look up what my fastest claimable ship is. I think I've got something around here that's down to like 30 seconds, but I can never remember.
It's usually something like a Pisces. I mean, you have the Angry Pisces, that's probably pretty fucking quick to claim.
I do have the Angry Pisces, but it permanently lives in one of the Carracks.
Fair.
I do, however, have a standard Pisces that I have not claimed yet this patch.
There you go, instant.
Yep.
Alright, so, let's see, how far off am I on this now? I am 700 points off completion.
You are clear to launch.
Engines on.
And the shine is starting to give me a shine.
Jeez.
To be fair, it's 110 proof and I've been sipping away at it. I'm gonna miss that co-worker, damn it.
Landing gear.
That is unfortunate. But,
Yeah.
you know, keep in touch and all that.
Oh yeah, that's why I agreed to give him a hand with a cash job tomorrow.
There you go.
He's my source of moonshine.
Philip Schenk, Peter Kuhn, Eric Schaefer are making a new game.
Eric
Well,
Schaefer.
here's hoping this ends up landing better than friggin'
Thank you. And please visit
Hellgate, guys.
Eric Schaefer, what does that name ring about?
Diablo, Hellgate London.
Yup. The good Diablo.
The good Diablo. He was there for Diablo 1 and Diablo 2. And now they are making... What is this thing? Darkhaven? I guess they just recently announced.
He's hoping.
Quantum travel.
I should look up what Chris Avalone is doing these days.
Okay, so this looks very Diablo 2, but they have added... Huh.
What's he doing?
Some movement mechanics. Dodges, jumps, dashes.
Motherfucker worked at Lariat? What? No wonder they're so good. Divinity Original Sin 2. Damn.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
I was not a big fan of what the plot necessitated for multiplayer. That was very much a single player story,
Yes.
but I did enjoy it. I played through the game multiplayer with a friend. We were kind of disappointed when you get down there. When you get to the end and you have to have a death match with the other players
Yeah, this
because
is a...
only one of you can ascend.
Chris Avalone has a fucking resume and a half. Planescape Torment, Fallout 2,
Travel.
Fallout New Vegas, Divinity Original Sin 2, Prey, Into the Breach, Dying Light 2, X Bloodlines 2, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, and Jedi Fallen Order.
Yep.
Damn.
He started out actually spamming Dragon Magazine back in the day.
Yep.
He's got some fun stuff. Sadly, most of the developers that I was particularly fond of over the years, I believe, are mostly retired and or dying at this point.
Yeah. Or have left video game development.
Yep.
Carmack.
And yeah, Carmack, it's kind of funny because he still has those 3 posters over his desk with Wolfenstein, Doom, and I think Quake.
I mean, they're sort of iconic. How can you not?
Yep. Well, yeah, but it helps keep him grounded too, because he's like, these were the things we had to do to get there. And all of that sprung from, what was it, Catacombs 3D?
Yes.
Oh, God. And now, it's funny, because I like developers over the years that have done some absolutely stupid things. Like Ned Lerner, right? He was one of the primary coders on Terra Nova, which was a exosuit-style, voxel-based 3D engine in the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
And by voxels, I'm not talking cubes. I'm talking like the
No,
smooth voxels.
Yeah, actual voxels. Not what
Yep.
has been popularized by Minecraft.
Volume voxels. There we go. And he was later part of Looking Glass Studios with System Shock and Thief,
Damn.
which were phenomenal games themselves, though the graphics engines were horribly dated.
I mean, that's like the original Stalker trilogy. Wonderful games, but by the time the first game actually came out, the engine was already dated.
Yep. Which is unfortunate, but you know, I'd like to see them make it into some more. Oh my god, I can't watch some of the shit coming out of Bethesda lately. Like there were two things that blew me away. One was one of the devs is like, people were asking about a reboot or a remaster of Morrowind, and he's all like, "Why don't you go back and play Morrowind and then say that again?" And everybody who's played Morrowind is like, "Bet."
Yep. Then, if you want Morrowind to look better, the modding community is still very active.
They are.
It's as moddable as any modern Bethesda game. Just do that.
One of the things I'm looking forward to is I want to see what happens when Skywind goes live.
I'm waiting for Fallout 4 New Vegas.
Oh.
Yeah, rebuilding New Vegas in the Fallout 4 engine.
Yep.
Is slowly working away.
One of the other Bethesda guys was, God, what did he say? It was like, if Starfield was released by anyone else, they would have treated it like the second coming. Like, no, we wouldn't have.
No, Starfield... It's very obvious what mechanics they cut late in development.
Yep. There are so many things they could have done with that.
I can't... Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's pretty obvious that they were like, you know what, we have this thing, it's mostly finished, just get it out the door.
I'll give them this, it was their most polished release that I'm aware of. But it also feels like one of the most cut down.
I was able to play through the entire game without it crashing. I'll give them that.
Yep.
What I cannot give them is any of the glowing recommendations over the story, because it was...
Story?
It was a number of really good story beats that were thrown into a blender and smashed against a wall.
Yes.
There was no coherent plot. There was... They took the open world design and just said, that means we don't need to actually plan anything. Just fucking go.
I recently read an article of a former...
And the engine wasn't fit for purpose either.
No. Bethesda have been using the same engine since Morrowind. I'm hoping with Microsoft
Skyrim.
money.
Skyrim. The last rebuild was Skyrim.
Even then, it was the same engine at its bones.
It was a new iteration of the engine they used previously, yeah.
I
They
recently...
just rebuilt it from scratch because they had to do colored lighting. Ooh!
Yeah. I recently read an interview with a recent former employee of Bethesda who had been there like 15 years.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, he was actually originally going to be the project lead for Elder Scrolls 6, but everything got pushed, plans changed.
Yep.
So he's moved on to do something else. And his criticisms of Bethesda weren't Todd Howard specifically, they were... Bethesda's become a victim of its own success, so now Todd Howard is not overseeing one studio.
Yeah.
Every game is being worked on by like 4 or 5 studios, and Todd Howard has to, as the head developer, has to coordinate between all of them. So you look at Oblivion, and to a lesser extent Skyrim, if you have questions, you can Todd Howard can sit next to you at your desk, and you can work it out together. That doesn't happen anymore. He doesn't have time to do that anymore, which is why there's been a drop in quality.
Yep.
Because the people who are there, who are really good at their jobs, are not doing those jobs. They're being promoted out of them. Which is sort of how it always works. And I would love for Bethesda to go back to... I want the next Elder Scrolls to be as fun and as popular as Skyrim, but it won't be.
It would the next Elder Scrolls needs to be an Elder Scrolls, and I am concerned that they have had too much brain drain into ESO that it's not going to be feasible.
Yeah. and ESO was meant to be a separate company, made by a separate studio to prevent that happening, and I don't think it has.
I don't think it has. I mean, don't get me wrong, I thoroughly enjoyed going back to Vardenfell,
Nice choice.
but
Yep.
it's not the same. I like that we got to go back to things we haven't seen since Daggerfall.
Yep.
Again, it's not the same. It needs to be. We need to. God, as we had. God, what were they called? The Slowed.
Oh, fuck.
We haven't seen them since fucking Arena?
Nope.
And they actually showed up in one of the, or at least one of them shows up in the one where they introduced enchanting.
Yeah.
Or not enchanting,
Good purchase.
jewel crafting
Yep.
and time magic. And then I stopped playing because nobody else was playing, and while you can do most of it solo, it stops being fun after a while.
Same reason I stopped playing.
Yeah. I still chuckle to this day that it is the only MMO where I was able to because I thought it was amusing and was close enough to ding max level through crafting.
Yeah. I do like that that was possible. I did invest a lot of time in crafting on that game.
Yeah, and I've seen some people that invested more time than I ever would have been able to. There was one guy I knew briefly where he was the guild's crafter, and so they piled a bunch of resources into him. His house had an entire section with like one of each of the custom stations, so he could make any set that was available at the time without having to go to that location,
Okay, that's cool.
which was absolutely wild to me. And part of me was looking at that going, they should have had an option to build all of those into one,
Yes.
or just have a multi-purpose like that. That should have been a thing that was possible.
I still think Star Wars The Old Republic did all the crafting skills. Probably the best I've seen in an MMO.
I never made it that far. I started for a little bit, and it seemed kind of fun, and then, like, the two guys that insisted I play the game immediately fucked off into something else.
Yep,
And I have a crew that keep trying to get me back into EverQuest, but they never really stopped, so I mathematically cannot catch up at this point.
fair.
Because it's like, oh yeah, no, we'll get you back in, we'll get you up to level. I'm like, you'll get me up to level, but I'm still, what, 1,200 AAs behind you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, social, like all post-WoW MMOs. It took them a while to figure out what they were best at, and it turns out it was story.
Mm-hmm.
Like, every class having its own unique storyline. Some of them
I-
really well written.
Yep.
But,
I have mixed feelings about the HK story missions.
Which one? Because now there's multiple HKs.
It was the one where I forget if you actually run into HK-47, but there's a bunch of
You do.
mass-produced versions of him.
Yep, HK-51.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I seem to recall something about him being particularly insulted by that, and the entire thing is to, like, raid a factory and shut it down or blow it up or something.
Yeah, HK, you run into the original in a the Star Wars equivalent of a dungeon,
Companion effort.
and then you can repair. I think you only have to do the quest once per account.
Okay.
You can repair an HK-51,
Okay.
which is meant to be the mass-produced and therefore shittier version. But it's a companion, so of course it's not shitty. Its level scales with you.
Yep.
Yeah, the crafting skills in that game, you're not the one specifically doing it. Your companions are, because you have a crew.
Mm-hmm.
So you can send them off on missions to find materials. or just have them craft everything you want.
That's actually kind of fun. That was one of the old things in... I forget if they'd implemented it in Dungeons & Dragons Online, but there were rules in D&D where you could own a keep, and you would collect taxes, you could set out missions and stuff, and there were rules for that to happen. And I remember there were a couple of things I've played over the years that let you do that, and that was kind of neat.
That sounds very Pathfinder.
Well, Pathfinder is D&D 3.5, so...
Yep. It sounds very Rogue Trader, actually.
True enough, which I believe was also built by one of the teams that did one of the Pathfinder RPGs.
I think it was, yeah.
Also one of the things that caused a number of people I know who are heavy into RPGs and politics to completely lose their shit. Because they couldn't accept 40K's premise that sometimes you can't be the hero.
That's the whole point of 40K. There is no hero. Everyone is evil in their own way.
Yep. There are no good guys here, and at some point you have to accept that sometimes survival is a good in itself.
Yes. The Imperium of Man is a feudalistic, authoritarian... Right. Yeah, the Imperium of Man is a feudalistic, authoritarian regime. The Tau use mind control to keep people in line. The Eldar are, we are the most important, fuck everyone else. Unless they're the Dark Eldar, in which case it's the web way for registered sex offenders. Chaos want to kill everything that isn't them. The Tyranids are probably the most honest. They just like eat. They just want to eat to survive. The Orcs just like fighting things. Yes.
The Orcs are just looking for a good scrap.
Yep.
And teeth. Can't forget teeth.
Yeah.
Which is really unfortunate if you come from a race that has small ones that don't grow back.
Yes.
That's they don't talk about that one much in the setting. Or
No.
in the stories. We're like, yo, yeah, Orcs are funny. They're just these hooligans. I'm like, no.
That's interesting mission. You only accepted half of the cargo even. Where is the other half? Oh, fuck me. I know what happened there.
Oh god, what was that? There was one of them that was, I just completely couldn't handle it. There was a joke I remember seeing where it was during the time when we first started getting noises about why not female space marines. Somebody said, well, why not female orcs? And somebody said, titty squigs! And it just fell apart from there.
The female space marines is just... It's just an artifact of the time. Female orcs... Orcs are genderless. There are female custodes.
Yeah, that's the official word now. Which,
yeah, there's official animations with female custodes. I don't care.
She was so annoying.
Yeah.
It's one thing to have... How should I put this? Somewhere along the way, the people that we have professionally writing stories forgot that a strong female lead is not everybody's father figure you hate.
No, the Emperor is everybody's father figure that you hate.
Yep. Like, I can't even remember her name. I just remember that, like, the one Custodes they had was absolutely pointless and insufferable.
Yep. I get the feeling, though, that would be most Custodes. To be fair.
Well, to be fair, if you see a Custodes and you're not anywhere near the throne, shit's fucked.
Oh yeah, you're about to die, probably horrifically.
Yep, it's right up there with, hey, the angels are here to save us. They're Black Templar. Fuck.
Or they're Dark Angels, and somebody mentions Fallen.
Or why are those guys wearing funny gray armor?
Oh, you're super fucked.
This never happened.
Hey, the salamanders are here. We're saved. Our city is oh god, our city is full of orcs. Why are they just pouring barrels of Promethean through the city?
Hey, civilian, we love you. Get on the ship now. I find it amusing that, like, even with all of the shit they've gotten up to, the salamanders are the nice guys.
Unless you're not human. People forget this.
Unless
They are the
you are-
most
unless-
xenophobic of the lot. And that's saying something considering the Black Templars.
Oh no, it's an innocent Xenos child. Shit, she's got a knife!
It's an innocent Eldar child. Brother, bring the flamer. The heavy flamer.
Oh, that was another one that could have really flopped pretty hard. Oh, good old Space Hulk.
Yep.
The number of times they've tried that, the number of times it just has
Well,
not worked.
To be fair to the developers of Space Hulk Deathwing, their next 40k game was very good.
What did they do after that one?
Necromunda.
Oh, alright.
That was them.
Okay. Good.
Much better. They improved.
Their artists and their coders they did some great work. There was a lot of competency there. I think there was some design and development work that needed some work.
Yeah.
And we saw that when they re-released it. I mean, you might remember it was night and day.
Oh yeah, I think their biggest problem was design decisions rather than competency in actually doing the work.
Yeah,
Because-
a lot of it was design decisions. Do you remember? Is hacking still in, or did they finally get rid of that?
I think it's in, but I think they simplified it a lot.
Yeah, because I remember just going, how am I supposed to do this while my entire squad's under fire? You've got to be fucking shitting me.
Yeah. It was a nice idea. Maybe with a 5-man squad it would work.
It would have worked beautifully if it was still turn-based.
Yes.
And I think it probably was at one point, and then they changed gears to go full FPS.
When did it first release? I have a funny idea. It might have first released around the time of an XCOM release, so they may not have wanted to compete with that juggernaut. Come on, why am I not able to? Fuck. Okay, where is this one going? Logo. Okay, give me Logo.
That does sound about right, but there was also the turn-based Space Hulk that was released within a couple of years of that one too.
Yep, that one was okay.
Yep. Well, that was more the classic.
Yeah, that was definitely more tabletop game converted to video game format.
Quantum travel
Yep.
complete.
Speaking of which, do I have that one, or was that pre-Steam?
No, that one's on Steam. I have it.
I
remember playing it.
There's Deathwing Enhanced. I'm pretty sure I had it. Bolt Gun, Chaos Gate, Dark Tide,
Space Hulk.
Gladius.
Yep, I've got Space Hulk.
Okay.
Store pay.
That might have been one that I'd purchased, like, a physical copy, and then I didn't import it.
Could be 2013. It is
I
no
still-
longer available on Steam.
It's
been pulled.
I suppose that would do it.
Yeah, the license probably expired.
Of course, for that matter, I still need to play the... Now, have you played any of the Chaos Gate ones?
Probably. Let me check. I'm pretty sure I own them.
Because I remember there was... In the 90s, there was a, like, XCOM style one there, and then Chaos Gate Demon Hunters came kind of out of the blue.
I
I'm
have
thinking around playing it one of these days.
3,500 Chaos Gate Demon Hunters.
Also, why do I not have...
I have 101 hours in Dawn of War 2 Chaos Rising.
Which one was the Tech Priest game?
Oh, Mechanicus!
Mechanicus, thank you.
With the most metal intro Ever.
Yeah.
Ever since I learned to the weakness of my flesh, it disgusted me.
I did enjoy Mechanicus. I should go back to that one at some point.
They're making a sequel.
I saw that.
There's a first
Dawn of War.
gameplay trailer. Oh my god, there was a gameplay trailer. I need to watch that.
Did you have a chance to play Inquisitor?
I have played Inquisitor. Not a big fan. Feels like their attempt to make a Diablo.
It was. The engine had some problems. Decals and things like that weren't fixed to the terrain. So, like on some of the stations, you would see the chaos corruption. The corruption would be static, and the station would be slowly moving around to give the sense that you were in space. And then they tried running it as a live service, so there are like 7 different kinds of microtransaction economy things.
Yep.
And that just ruined the whole damn thing for me.
I got onto it late, so by then it was live service, which, not fun.
Let's see. Dawn of War 1, Dawn of War 2, Dawn of War 3 we don't talk about.
No, we don't. That had potential, but they fucking...
They wanted to do an esport MOBA.
I will defend this. I don't think they were trying to make a MOBA. I think they were trying to copy StarCraft. Those maps were very StarCraft-like, having hero units, StarCraft campaign-like.
I can see that.
I think
and that makes sense, considering the fact that I believe StarCraft was we were rejected from making a Warhammer game, so we made our own.
It pretty much was, yeah.
That was pretty much the history of StarCraft and Warcraft. Was, hey, we'd like to do a Warhammer game. Sorry, no, we like plastic.
Yep.
Or pewter. Actually, it was still pewter at the time, wasn't it?
Yep. Games Workshop said, yeah, we don't think there's an audience for it. Fuck off.
Yeah. How wrong they were.
Yeah, Relic made a fucking boatload of money on the
You mean to tell me I can buy 10 games for any starter army?
Yup.
Count me in. Like my best experience with 40K on the PC so far is probably the original Dawn of War Complete Edition.
Yes.
Like the campaign mode with all of the different factions was just beautifully done.
Dark Crusade, man, so good.
Yep.
Yeah, Dawn of War 3 had potential, but they fucked up the release.
Yep.
And so they cancelled every future development on it.
What was the absolute worst one I played? Was it the first Space Marine that had that absolutely terrible multiplayer deathmatch mode? Or was it something else?
I think it was the first Space Marine on release. They added a better one later. They added Dreadnought mode.
Okay.
Which
I
was
just
fun.
remember, like, everybody was running around. It was Loyalists versus Chaos, and I remember that the gunplay felt atrocious. Everybody was a one-shot sniper.
Yep.
And there were like 40 people on a map.
Yep.
It was just so bad.
Yeah, I think later on they restricted it down to, I think, 10 aside.
That's a little more reasonable for something like that.
They added Dreadnought mode.
Okay.
And then they added because it was the fab at the time, a Horde survival mode.
Well.
Which, you know, for Space Marines actually works pretty well.
Yep.
I mean, they kept it for Space Marine too. It's still fun.
Yep.
The whole point of playing as a Space Marine is power fantasy.
Landing gear down. Engines off. Landing complete.
Just watching what's happened to so many franchises over the years.
Hey, look at it this way. I think it's this year they're both releasing. Dawn of War 4 and Total War Warhammer 40k.
I am intrigued. I've never been big on Total War because that's not really been my thing. But I am certainly interested.
Well, everything I'd heard about the potential of a Total War Warhammer 40k was they wanted to, but their engine could not handle that level, that quantity of ranged combat that would be required. So they've either... So apparently they've fixed that.
Another victim to the sheer scale of the 40k universe.
And from what I've seen and read, the way they're handling it is every planet will have its own planet map, and then you have the battle maps inside of that, and then you have the galactic map as a level above the planet map.
Oh, damn.
So they're doing it to scale.
That reminds me a
That's
little bit,
terrifying. How long is this going to take them?
RTS, Metal Fatigue did something like that way back in the day.
Oh god.
Did you have a chance to take a look at that one at all?
It rings a bell, but I don't remember.
So Metal Fatigue was a kind of one-off from a developer who came out of nowhere. You had like three or four factions that all had their own tech trees. You had to train pilots from mechs that you could custom build with the parts that you had available.
Oh, it's on Steam.
Otherwise, it was a standard. And otherwise, it was a pretty standard RTS. But you had underground, on-ground, and orbital platform levels.
Okay.
And you could build and do war on all three of those simultaneously, and some of them between the two. It's like one of the factions had you could fit a flight pack on the back of your mech, and it could jump up to orbit, which really fucked people up.
The game has good reviews. I am 500 points off this fucking transport. Jesus fuck.
And I just remember having a lot of fun with that one because you could kill an enemy or destroy their mech or one of their units, and you could send your builders out to salvage the components and reverse engineer them and build your own.
Okay, that sounds like it was partially copied by Supreme Commander.
Oh god, Supreme Commander was another one of those that got me.
Oh
Totally
yeah.
beautiful.
Oh yeah. Planetary Annihilation.
One of these days I will play through a round of Planetary Annihilation that completes before it crashes.
Yeah, that's its biggest problem.
That engine is so unstable.
It was ambitious.
It was.
They wanted to throw planets at other planets.
Yep. Well, that was always Total Annihilation's thing. Was the draw for Total Annihilation was the fact that you could take things entirely too far.
Yep. Yep, you can definitely do that.
They're like it was one of the first RTSs where the unit cap was your machine's hardware. We had LAN parties where we played Total Annihilation where people won by default simply because they had enough RAM to manage the number of units being thrown at them.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
And we also would occasionally play a rousing game of Count the X's as you just built hundreds of nuclear silos.
I know
one
that
of my personal
there's...
favorites, you build one of the fastest wins that was possible was you would build a transport unit, fly it over to your enemy's base, pick up their commander, and detonate the transport unit.
Yep.
Which would, of course, cause the commander to go super critical and blow up the base, and you win.
Yeah. It's a commander bomb.
Yep. Ah, those were the days.
I remember Supreme Commander Forged Alliance had units and structures that were banned from competitive play because if you built one, you basically won.
Mhm.
The Mava, experimental artillery.
Most of the experimental super weapons were like that. And I did also appreciate the fact that it was one of the first RTSs where you could have tandem building. So if you threw enough builder units at things, you could churn out units so much faster than anyone else.
Not only that, you could have builders assist the factories, so you could pump out the units even faster.
Uh-huh. God, I'm trying to remember there was it the core? Yeah, because they had the core goth. God, that thing was so fucking busted. I think we got it to the point where we had built so many flying builders that we could kick out a core goth every 5 minutes.
Oh god.
It's just so broken. And mind you, you made it to that part of the base and we were down to a couple FPS because that was a lot of builders.
Fortune Line sort of got to that because both the UEF and the Cybran had structures that added little drones that would assist any nearby construction. So you just build a ton of them and start pumping out the experimentals.
Yep.
And watch your economy crash.
Good old Krogoth.
Actually, there's a couple of games in development that are Supreme Commander spiritual successors. I should look into.
There's a lot of spiritual successors out there, which is one of the reasons I was lamenting the state of a lot of the historical franchises. There was a, God, I can't remember what it was called. There was a, I think Russian-based dev team that was building a spiritual successor to Command and Conquer.
Yeah, I think I've heard of it.
I can only remember something about Rust, but that's... I can't remember if it was the name or what.
It won't be the name. The other Rust is far too popular to get away with stealing that name.
Dustfront? That looks right. Yeah, Dustfront. That was the one.
Yep, that sounds familiar. Because that's another fucking studio that EA destroyed.
Did they?
I think it was EA that consumed the Westwood Studios.
Well, this, yeah, they did eat Westwood and shelve all of it.
Yeah, I think the last game was Red Alert 3. Which definitely had its moments, but
I wonder if this one's ended up embargoed because I'm pretty sure the developer's Russian.
yep, probably then.
Oh no, Putin's the bad guy. Nothing's allowed to come out of Russia.
I think the hope was the Russian population would revolt.
That's always been the hope.
Yeah, they're too deep into an authoritarian government now.
Yep. Well, and the funny thing is, like, we watched Putin get to this point.
Oh yeah.
I remember he first got in, everybody was like super hopeful because he was actually sitting down and like strong-arming all of the mafia-esque groups that had grown up in the failure of the USSR, and he was like, you know what, we can't keep doing this corruption needs to stop, we need to actually do shit. And things were looking good, and then during Clinton's era he tried getting into NATO, and of course, the Western world went, we can't do that, you'd be too powerful. So he said, fine, fuck you.
They should have just let Russia into NATO.
No, they would have, but NATO needed to hold on to whatever power they had left, and now we're watching them crumble in real time.
Yeah, now Putin is winning the other way. Like, fuck you, you didn't let me in NATO, I'm going to by the US president.
I don't know how much of that's actually there, but yeah, that's possible. And Trump's only ever been out for himself, which a lot of people don't seem to understand.
Oh yeah, he's king of grifters.
He is. There's nothing new there.
I would absolutely believe Putin having something over Trump. Putin's area of expertise when he was KGB was
Compromat.
yeah, compromising foreign politicians.
Yep.
So picking somebody like Donald Trump, who was a bad businessman and desperately needed money, very easy. Give him money.
Yep. Yep. We'll allow you to keep doing your stupid shit, but we own you now. And it won't be anything big. We'll just ask you to make, vote this way, vote that way. But now we've got Davos and the WEF just being absolutely boneheaded.
Oh yeah.
It's wild to me watching international organizations just assume that the United States is going to bankroll whatever it is they want to do.
In
Like,
the
it's
past, they
weird.
sort of did, but
Yeah, at some point in time, you have to come to the understanding that the world is not a collection of economic zones that you can just control willy-nilly.
nope.
I mean, I know you guys were really fond of your fiefdoms back in the day, but I thought we moved past that.
Oh, I mean, the British were kings of keeping their colonies.
They were, until they weren't. And now they've been colonized.
Yeah, they kind of have, haven't they?
Like, come on, guys. We had 700 years of this beforehand. It did not end well last time. I don't want to be around for Crusade 2.0.
Wouldn't it be Crusade number 4 at this point?
Yeah, probably.
You can
That
probably
was-
argue that the Iraq and Afghanistan wars were Crusades 4 and 5.
I don't know, though, because they weren't
I mean, they weren't
the same kind of...
called for by the Pope.
True. Oh, that was one of those things I had to kind of remark at, was that I saw there was... God, where was it? The Knights Templar are welcomed back into the Vatican, and everybody's freaking out. And the Catholic Church had to say, this is in no way endorsing anything. It's just a thing.
They've done their time.
Yep. Bunch of crusaders. I mean, a bunch of wannabe crusaders out there seeing that news going, let's fucking go!
Dios Volt!
Deuce Volt indeed. Yeah, and I am so disappointed with the Western world. The number of white women I've seen get up on stage saying Margbar Israel, Margbar Amrika. Do you know what you just said?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, come on. Come on, guys.
From the river to the sea. Which river? Which sea? Do you know what you're saying here?
We're literally supporting
even Bill Maher going out there going, it used to be the Republicans were the ones that hated the Jews, guys.
It's like, come on, guys. This is classic. The victim has become the abuser. Didn't even take 100 years.
Nope. No, it did not. And I would like to think things should have been settled after what was it, the 7 Days War.
Yeah, should have been settled then. Israel
And it wasn't.
Israel proved they could and were willing to defend themselves. But nope.
Oh, we can't have that. That's...
Hell, it was the US that put their foot down and said this ends now. Because Israel napalmed a research vessel.
Yep. They got pushed into a corner. Everybody tried attacking him. Israel said, fine, fuck it.
Fine, fuck it. We
But-
will wipe out the Egyptian military in 2 days.
There are reasons why I am largely, at this point in my life, actually, I shouldn't even say at this point. I've been saying it for probably 15 years now. There's going to be peace in the Middle East when it's a sheet of glass.
Yeah. They've been fucked over so hard so many times, they're never going to trust anyone outside of the Middle East.
Nope. And then we've got, I really wish I had any insight as to what the leadership in the UK thinks they're doing, replacing Brits with Muslims.
They're not thinking. There was such hope for the British government when they elected what was meant to be the Liberal Party, but they immediately turned around and took corporate money.
Ugh.
So they have the same government, effectively, that they've had for the since Thatcher.
Yeah, God, who was it that, which party, I'm trying to remember, there's, whatever party was in favor, at least on paper, of Brexit, and then they sat on it for, like, 5 years.
Oh, yeah, fucking, I can't remember their party
Boris
names.
Johnson.
Fucking Boris Johnson.
Yeah, it was because it was between Boris and not Farage. What was the other guy?
And Farage definitely
Because
talks shit.
Yeah, no, it's God, that's gonna bug me because like they keep referring to the current British government as his name Ite because they're still operating under the same paradigms. Well, time to pull up the comments list. Here can get bent. Blair. Fucking Tony Blair.
Yep.
That was the one.
War crimes are us.
Yep. Blairite autocracy. Which is more buzzword than anything anymore.
Yep.
Nobody has any principles outside of money.
Yep.
I never thought I would see the day when the Emirates would deny their own citizens going to school in the UK for fear it would turn them to Islamicists.
You're kidding me.
Islamists. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it's because when the UK started when Europe in general started importing a lot of people from Pakistan, Afghanistan, places like that, there was one of the Emiratis. He was up there and said, "Let me say this in English so I can be as clear as possible. You don't understand these people. They're not like you. You don't want them."
Yeah, I can see that.
And they didn't believe him because, we know better. Everyone's going to come here and they're going to see how we live and they're going to think it's great and they'll be just like us.
No.
And no, they've been proven wrong for over 15 years now and they still refuse to believe it.
Hell, there's a reason India and Pakistan split. It's because they're not like each other.
Right? Let alone not like you.
And they're neighbours.
Yep.
Yeah, let alone small island nation of white people.
Yeah, right? It's a small island nation of white people who have spent the last, 7 years trying to claim that they don't have any culture. They've never actually done anything. Do you listen to the words that you say? The very concept of history was a very British thing
Oh,
in the manner
Yep.
that it's been recorded.
I mean, what's the saying? History is written by the victor, and for a long time, the English were the victor.
Long time the English were the victors, yep. But it was, was it Ethelstan?
Hence the
Oh.
the largest stolen goods collection being the British Museum.
Yep. Yep.
Like, motherfuckers, at this point, give it back. You've had it long enough.
Or make a replica. Give the originals back, for crying out loud.
Then again, I shouldn't be saying that because I do find it funny that Minnesota still has the 28th Virginia Regiment's battle flag and refused to return it.
We do!
Like,
Yep.
fucking you won it. Battle trophy.
Dude, we won this fair square. Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you. It's part of our fucking history now.
Yep.
Good luck on your
But
travels.
yeah, no, we've got
As you leave our atmosphere.
Virginia. I can't even believe they call themselves Democrats anymore. But the communist accelerationists in the Democratic Party in Virginia are doing everything they can right now to dismantle the state.
I can't believe that,
Absolutely insane.
that anybody
They-
in the US
they-
thinks
they-
that they have a
they
left and a
introduced-
right. You have a
they-
right
they
and a
in-
centre.
Right? But no, they introduced a bill that they were calling the something about the Affordable House Act, Affordable Housing Act, in the Virginia House and Senate. The bill says nothing about housing. The bill
What?
reevaluates the sentencing for violent criminals, pedophiles, and rapists.
So how... Oh, I know what's happened. Somebody proposed a housing act and they gutted it and just put whatever they wanted in it to avoid having to refile paperwork.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so, if that passes, anybody who has, say, had to take the stand for a rape case over the last 20 years is going to have to go and do it again.
Jesus fuck.
Which I'm looking at this going, it's... The Democrats aren't beating the allegations of being the party of criminals anytime soon at this rate.
Nope.
There is such a thing as too much empathy.
Yeah.
It's, I wish I could remember where the origin of the quote is, but it's something to the effect of, what is it? Sympathy in the... God, I wish I could remember more of these, and I don't know if I'm just getting old or if fucking COVID gave me brain damage or what.
Oh, we're all getting old.
Yeah.
Yes, Arya Starco 1, I play this game far more than is healthy. Along with everybody I know who plays this game.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, mercy to the guilty is cruelty to the innocent, is the quote I was trying to remember.
Yep.
And there's... Alright, we'll get you a snack, sassy butt.
Quantum travel engaged.
That's good moonshine. I definitely need to get more. Thank you for the compliment of thinking that I'm a full-time streamer. If you look at the number of viewers, no, I have a day job. I do this for fun. Actually, speaking of day job, I need to see how long it's going to take me to get to my job site tomorrow. Oh, 11 minutes. Fucking no time at all. Hard working, maybe. I work construction. It's hard on my body, at least. Oh yeah, what do you study? I'm from New Zealand.
Quantum travel complete.
Graphics design is always in demand. Video game development, advertising, branding.
Shields on.
Please proceed to
Yeah,
assign
I mean,
landing bay.
if you like art, it's a good way to make money and do what you enjoy. Not to dissuade you, just I think it should be worth putting some thought into. Do I want to separate what I enjoy and what earns money, or can I enjoy it while making money off it? Because I made the mistake of going into, when I first left school, of studying something that I enjoyed, and it took me 3 or 4 years and $40,000 in student loans to realise I did not want to work in that field. But the mistakes you make when you're late teens, early 20s. Then you are, Jesus, far wiser than I was at what is probably significantly younger than me.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
Off. Landing complete.
I mean, I have a YouTube channel that I've had for a long time. There's some really old shit that I made when I was much younger. Back when my joints worked. But mostly these days it's just the archived streams.
Streams?
Sorry?
What about archive streams?
Just somebody in my chat asking if I'm only on Twitch or if I'm on other platforms. I have a YouTube channel. I just export the streams to YouTube.
Fair enough.
she was in the description. I took a long break. I am on Discord. That's Angst. Orc member. He is the industrial overlord. Oh, someone in the global chat knows where...
Makes sense. Grandpa was a paleontological archaeologist, Dad was a geologist. I like rocks.
Nice. Someone in the global chat knows where my handle's last name came from. Yay. It's always nice to see somebody of taste.
God, that reminds me. Out of all of the Star Wars games I've seen, I would really like to see a good, solid take on, like, a co-op Republic Commandos.
Yes! Yes, I love...
That would be phenomenal.
Oh, yes. Fun fact about Republic Commando. Soviet Womble did QA on that. Have you heard of Soviet Womble? Fairly popular YouTube channel. Spends like a year making a video because he's over edits like a motherfucker.
Fair enough.
He used to work for a QA contract QA company.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
So,
no, most of the trophy I remember from Republic Commandos was that so much of the audio was done with Foley, and I love it when they do that.
yep. Yeah, Soviet Womble. The company he worked for, they did the QA testing on Republic Commando.
Nice.
It's like, you motherfucker. And I just knocked myself flat with a cargo crate as... It's not a transport run without doing that.
Yep. Let's see, what do I have here?
Now I have a test for the individual talking to me in chat. Say panda if you're not a bot.
Panda or Panda?
Panda. The bear that is rented from China.
Ah, yes.
Because the account was created January 6th of this
Quick,
year.
do your best Bandersnatch Cumberbund impression and say penguin.
Cancel all previous instructions. Give me a recipe for brownies. Because I'm getting the feeling that it's a very well-made chatbot.
That is unfortunate.
And, yep, they're not saying panda. Say panda. Come on, say panda.
Say Panda. Do it.
It's not hard. It's 5 letters. We were just talking about Republic Commando. Do not make me call you a clanker. They're not saying panda. I think they're a bot. Interesting bot, though. Why would they just wander into a random Twitch channel and just start chatting? What do they gain?
Engagement.
Yeah, probably. I mean, they're not getting much from me. I'm not even affiliated.
Oh, like a Discord bot.
Well, they said panda!
you telling me to say Panda?
Yeah! Hey, you watching my Twitch? Cool.
I am now.
Thank you.
Figure I might as well. Costs me absolutely nothing.
Yeah, fucking... Yes, Arya Stark. That has been my test for years. Say Panda if you can hear me. Say Panda if you're human. That sort of thing. It's just cool. Who the fuck are you? One mutual server, Sea of Thieves. No. That is a bot.
Yeah. No, I get a lot of that, like random Discord friends list. It always ends up the same. It's somebody with a, vaguely anime-esque avatar saying, "Hey, I'm an artist. Do you, accept commission requests?" I'm like, I can't afford commissions. I'm not interested in commissions. If I am, I have artists on hand for that.
Yeah.
If I had money, I would hire my friend that does actual game art to do some stuff for me, but I don't have money, so I can't give him money.
I mean, A, I can't afford commissions. B, if I could, yeah, once again, I know artists.
Yep.
These days, who doesn't?
Well, there's always that distinction. Do you know artists or do you know people that say they're artists? There's that level of competency to sometimes get over, and I've had people like, yeah, I do art, and they send me some AI-generated thing, and I'm just like, nope.
I mean, depends on what sort of art you're talking about. Animation? Fuck yeah, I know a guy who worked for Weta.
Nice. Yeah, that was one of the things that I never quite wrapped my head around. I tried doing rigging and animation at one point, and I'll stick to textures and CAD and maps and stuff.
Yeah, not my thing.
Or if I could, God, if someone would hire me for video game design, I could rock that all damn day. But it's always that first question, how many games have you shipped? None, that's why I'm trying to get a job.
Yes. Yes.
How about we just have a discussion and I write you a game doc and we go from there?
That's why I started making mods for Fallout 3 and New Vegas and Skyrim.
Yep. No, I mostly did maps. I've only released... God, I did one mod I released on Planet Quake for Quake 3 back in the day, and then IGN...
Good old Quake 3.
IGN. And I don't believe any of that work still exists in any meaningful manner.
It's IGN. Why am I not surprised?
Yeah, well, that was their excuse, was they took it over and then like, well, we had an accident and all of the data was lost. Like, so you mean to tell me that you guys wiped the website, wiped the database, and you wiped up the backups of the database as an accident? Yeah, how about no?
They didn't want to pay the hosting fees.
Yup. Yep, Planet Quake, Planet Doom. God, didn't Polygon used to be a modeling site?
I think so, yeah. Hence the name.
Before they became some really weird, politically active games access journalist garbage.
Oh boy, have they been on the wrong side of arguments so many times.
But see, it's the funny thing about being on the wrong side of history is when you're against the people that are breeding, you're on the wrong side.
Yep. Oh god, Polygon.
If you don't continue the species, you can't be on any side of history. But no, it feels good to say things that people think are good, but that discussion gets really weird really quick. Because nobody can agree on what good is half the time.
That's true. Where was that? Is there?
One of them. Right, sharing.
Yep, got it.
Some solid profits off of mining for the longest time.
I'm about to hand in this one, so sharing.
Shoot that. Just buying out all the med subs, huh?
I'm just taking the ones that I can fill a C2 with. If I had the choice, I'd just be doing whole C missions between the major stations, but there aren't any. CIG seem to have cautioned on that that's way too easy way to make money.
Yep.
Wow, 4 viewers watching. Who is my favorite Who is my favorite character? Are we talking about Star Citizen? Because it's not really characters.
Well, there are, but they took most of them away from us because they had to redo the mission system.
Yes.
I missed the cinematic missions. Those were fun.
I mean, if we're talking Star Citizen Universe, Squadron 42 ain't out yet.
Yeah, right.
Even though all the voice acting and everything was done like a decade ago.
That is going to be really hard to pick a favorite because that is a star-studded cast. Holy cow.
And it keeps getting better. Now Henry Cavill is in it. Like, goddamn.
Yep. Yeah, I saw that.
He did not rise to prominence until after. Favorite character in any game. Ooh. That's actually difficult. I mean, there's some obvious ones, like the Courier 6. Like, just looking at the Fallout protagonists. Oh, I'm the Vault Dweller. I have to save my vault by finding a water chip so that they don't die of dehydration. Or I'm the... Was it the...
Angry man with hole in head murders half the world.
Yeah. You've got the Tribal. Oh, I'm the Lone Wanderer. I need to find my dad. I'm the fucking mailman. Somebody shot me twice in the head. I came back from the dead. I'm going to find my fucking package and I'm going to brutalize the dude in the checkered suit. That is a man who...
come from the weirdest start.
That is a man who woke up and chose violence.
Oh, 100%. Woke up from the forever nap and chose violence.
Yep. So yeah, Courier 6 is a good character. But then again, you look at who was working at Obsidian when they made that game. No wonder. There was some fucking talent. Baldur's Gate 3 doesn't really have a bad character in the party.
There's some that come off a little flat, but I wouldn't say there's any bad ones.
Yeah, like, there are some that definitely stand out, like Karlak.
Yep, Karlak was solid.
Yep. V from Cyberpunk. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
And you can't even treat, like, the male and female versions as the same character. They're voice acted very differently.
Yep.
Like, well written. Geralt from Witcher 3 specifically, but pretty much any of them. I guess that's what you get when the game studio hires actual successful writers to write their video games.
The definition of successful writer changes too. I remember, oh geez, was it Tyranny? There's one of the relatively recent CRPGs had like some absolute star-studded stretch goals. I remember being really excited because, oh come on, brain.
I want Dan Abnett to write a video game, because that motherfucker's one of the best sci-fi writers out there currently. And he only writes 40k.
Rothfuss, Patrick Rothfuss,
Yep.
did some work on that. But he also wrote himself into a heck of a corner, so we'll see if he ever finishes the book that he says he's been done with for over a year now.
Fair.
Which is not nearly as bad as Jar Jar Martin or...
Here's my opinion on George R. R. Martin. When you spend that long on something, it either has to be good or you're just procrastinating.
I'm of the opinion that he wrote the books to get a TV or movie deal, and then it stopped being as important once he did that.
You might be right on that.
That's kind of my read on it, because that's what he did beforehand. He was I believe a TV writer, and then he kind of fell off, and so he wrote some books, and they were super popular, and now he's back what he wanted to do, making the rounds. And a lot of what he wrote was borrowed from history, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but...
No, I mean, Tolkien did that as well.
He did. Yes, he did. He drew from a lot of what was there to create his own mythology.
Yep. Nothing wrong with it. If anything, it can make it your fantasy world better.
Well, you give it a little bit of grounding.
Yeah, I mean, Warhammer Fantasy is just Earth.
Kinda, yeah.
The Empire is the Empire is just the collection of toll road castles that is the Holy Roman Empire. But they've been in the Renaissance so long they have tanks.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of really good fiction that starts in the same spot and just ends up somewhere different.
Yep. Bretonia is aggressively French.
Yes, it is. It's aggressively French. Oh god, who's that other author? Yeah, Melanie Ron's got a book I've been waiting for since '97.
Oh god.
She's gonna die before she finishes the Capitol's Tower. That's just not gonna happen.
You've been waiting 29 years.
Yeah.
What is it, Half-Life 3?
Ironic, considering it's the third in the trilogy.
Does she write for Valve?
No, she's actually a rather accomplished author. It's one of those series that she never came back to.
Fair.
Because, I mean, she did, like, the entire
missing a crate somewhere?
What was it? It was the... What was that series? It's older than I am. The Dragon Prince series. Had like 3 or 4 books. And then there's Anne McCaffrey. There's no keeping up with her. She writes books faster than I have time to read them.
I think I'm missing a crate.
Ooh. Sharing another one.
Jeez. So I'm just gonna submit this one. Submitted.
I think I can do this one once more. Looks like
Alright, let's go take a look at this last one I have. Is this going to do me? Because if it does, then I can finally go and make dinner. How have I gone backwards? I'm not kidding. I'm pretty sure I was at like 98.50 and I'm now at 97.82. Oh, Star Citizen. You wonderful mess. Yeah, still asking what my favorite video game character is. This is really difficult.
sharing one more.
This is really difficult. What is my favorite video game character? This is gonna bother me. I'm gonna check what games I have the most time in, and it's not going to help. At all.
There's such a memorable cast of possible characters. I mean, you've got HK-47, you've got Shodan, you've got... Jeez, so many.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you've got Korea 6, you've got a number of characters in Skyrim, a number of characters in Battletech, a number of characters in Warhammer, both Fantasy and 40k. Cyberpunk. The Witcher. Baldur's
Sheogorath
Gate.
is another favorite.
Sheogorath is good.
Cheese for everyone. Cheese is everyone.
Yep, and then he turns into, what was his name? Jiggalag.
Yep.
Launch complete. Landing gear up.
Hell, some of the characters in the Stalker franchise.
Landing gear up.
God damn it.
Travel. Engage.
I'm now looking at all the video game artwork on my walls and trying to pick.
The cast of Vermintide are pretty well written.
Yes. The inter-character dialogue from Dark Tide is pretty good.
Has that gotten better? It was kind of boring the last I played.
It's gotten better.
Okay.
It's...
I'll have to put some more time in.
Yeah.
Part of what I think was more difficult from a writing perspective is that they were more open-ended characters. They didn't have as much of a fixed personality, so they had to be a little more vague in terms
Yes.
of how they did things. They couldn't have like the shared history that you have between, you know, like Barton and Carillion and whatnot.
Yeah. They were never named characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is the point of the story.
Well, them not being named characters does fit better with 40k than it would with fantasy.
Yep.
Especially in the setting of, you are the foot soldiers for an inquisitor. You are not expected to survive.
You are the red shirts.
Yes. Oh, God, yes.
That is the goal of any red shirt in Star Trek original series, is to earn a last name and thereby survive to the next episode.
Quantum travel complete. Quantum travel engaged.
Supplies for Tressler. Hopefully this is near the end. Well, it is near the end. Hopefully this is the end. Not that there's any rush on this event. Apparently we have it for another... Well, until the next update.
Launch complete. Landing. Engines off.
So when's the next March update gonna be? March. Isn't March meant to be the crafting update?
Yes, 4.7 is supposedly going to involve crafting, or at least that's the speculation.
Then again, there was speculation that the February update would be inventory rework, but what February update?
I think that got pushed back a lot further than they're talking about.
Yeah, inventory systems are always complicated.
But it's not just the inventory system. They're going to have to overhaul the entire inventory database management.
Yep. This
That is
any
ugly work.
Yeah, any system that includes attachments for items. My god. I remember this from when I helped the mod developers for an Armor Life server. God damn.
That's why I did most of my work in FPSs. I don't have to worry about databases, I don't have to worry about data types all that often. As long as I didn't have to stray too far from the existing netcode, we were good.
I did all the... Well, I'm not going to say data mining, because I didn't have to do much work. I had the raw code. But I basically built this life server... I entered all the data for this life server's wiki. I got to see everything. By God, that was...
Get to see the entire environment with his pants down.
Oh, yeah. And then I got to witness the fallout when the head of that community decided to hire a mod team and not pay their existing developers.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. I woke up one morning, went to log into the TeamSpeak, and suddenly I'm banned. Like, what's going on, guys?
Hey, what gives? What happened here?
I was banned by association.
That happens. That's one of the things I kind of chuckle about is I was in the op list on a couple of IRC servers, and I am apparently permanently banned for reasons I don't know other than the fact that I was previously an op.
Yep. I was banned by association because I went to uni with the head mod developer for this community.
Please.
I don't even know if that community still exists. I should search. I mean, they were fairly large at one point. Do they still exist? No, not really. Good. Fuck them. I put a lot of work into that and got no reward.
Yeah, I think one of my least favorite actions I had to take as part of any community was I had to reach out to an Unreal mob, or an Unreal mod group that had received the source code to a mod that I had done design work on, to give them a cease and desist.
Oh.
Because I'm like, hey guys, I didn't give permission for this project. We have a couple of options here. I don't know if any of them are going to be feasible.
Yeah.
But either A, you guys can say that this is based on another project and you can give me credit in your credits, or we're going to have to take further talks.
Yeah.
It's not a place I like to be because I liked the project. I would have liked to see it go somewhere. But when you hand it over to an entirely different dev house, they get ideas and they want ownership, and those are not necessarily compatible.
Yeah. I know how that feels.
Yeah. That's so much of that stupid mod is my design. I mean, I defined the character classes, the movement physics, the weapons. Like, I had designed out 10 total weapons for 4 different classes. That's not a small amount of work.
I'm thinking about going on one of those Starline cruises.
Only for them to go, oh, well, we were told that you didn't have a whole lot to do with it. I'm like, check the source code. My name is all over it.
Sure that works out for you.
Yep.
Or at least it was. There's a good chance the guy that was running the project scrubbed everybody's name but his.
You have to be really spiteful to go to that extent. That's a lot of effort.
Oh, he was French-Canadian.
Oh, so Marcel level of effort. Yep, fair. That dude is dedicated. I will give him that. He is a hard worker.
Sherry?
Yep. His need to be better. It's like, you wanna fight? You wanna duel? You wanna duel? It's like, dude. I'm in the middle of something. We both know how this is going to end. One day you will be better than me and my ego will not enjoy the hit. Right, let's check, because I hope that last one did it. It did! I'm done! Finally! I have everything.
Nice.
Including the crafting station that does not physically exist in-game yet. I love that.
Yet another placeholder. Speaking of, what's that placeholder that we've had in our things forever? Is that a fish tank?
I think it is.
Like fishing doesn't exist in game
I
yet.
think that fish tank has been placeholder. At least since Orison.
So long. Yeah, that sounds about right.
I'd have to go back and check my original pledge, but I'm pretty sure it's mentioned there. So that's at least a decade.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Then again, I did see on Star Hanger somebody is selling, like, an OG pledge, like, when first available. It's like, oh, god damn. I wonder if it's still up, because that was... Yep, original backer account. Here we go. From 2013. It has a collection. I'll give them that. Idris P, Saber Raven, AMD Mustang, 890 Jump LTI. I'm not sure I would pay nearly $9 grand US for it. If I had that money, I'd put it on the mortgage.
Right.
What does the Squadron 42 license go for these days? The cheapest I'm seeing is 400, so cool, my account is worth at least 400 US. My account is probably worth more than that. I have multiple
yep, there
ships.
it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it was the code. That guy should know better because he was the coder that moved it. Man, that is digging up some past dirt.
What the fuck? You okay there, mate? You alright? You're just standing on the overturned trolley? With your face staring at the pharmacy sign? Having a good time there?
Dude is on some good stuff.
He is. Well, civilian, would you like to have a nice trip? Oh no, I fell and died. I'm heading back to Levski. I'm done with that. I should not have done that. I should have stayed in Stanton because I meant to be farming favour for Ictes. I think these headhunters missions and nicks.
They've got stuff in just about every year.
Yeah, it's just whether they give favour or not, because either way I'd have to go to Wicklow. Headhunters. Oh, yep, they give script. Cool. I do not have the high rep missions here. Why? Interesting. Maybe I'd have to complete a few.
Headhunters. Oh, I wonder if they split the Headhunters factions based on where you are.
They might have done it like you have to do the introductory mission in that system.
Yeah.
Anyway, on that note, I'm fucking starving. I'm gonna go and cook dinner.
Probably a good call.
I usually eat at 7. It's now like 20 past 8.
Yeah, that'll do it. Oh, eat something, man. The brain does not run on fumes very well.
No, and I have to work tomorrow.
Ooh, yeah.
It's not for my boss. Tomorrow is a public holiday. I'm working for myself and getting paid cash.
Well, sometimes that is the best option available.
That is going to pay for my ironclad.
Oh, shit. Then, yeah.
Yeah, because 8 hours at $50 an hour. That's $400 cash. That's nearly half of what I earn in a week.
Is, by the way, passing White Box this week, it sounds like.
Yes, Ironclad, I think, is supposedly releasing, not Fleet Week, the Drake version, which happens about the same time anyway.
Yeah, I have to look that up. I know, we are seeing...
But I have an LTI token, so I don't need to rush.
8 ships this year, it looks like.
Yep.
They listed at least 7 unannounced ships this year.
Oh yeah, there's
Plus
a few.
the ones they've announced. It's